Hermione Granger disappears, leaving Harry and Ron to face their greatest challenge alone. Her absence creates a gap in their mission to defeat Voldemort. Without her, can the remaining duo uncover the secrets of the Horcruxes and overcome the Dark Lord? Hermione's departure might change everything for the wizarding world. The forest falls silent as Hermione packs her belongings and walks away from the campsite without a word. Harry and Ron watch in disbelief, unable to process what's happening. Tension had been building for weeks. Their lack of progress on finding Horcruxes wore Hermione down. Every dead end and failed lead chipped away at her patience. As Hermione vanishes into the darkness, panic sets in. Harry and Ron exchange worried glances, realizing the gravity of their situation. They fumble through her notes, trying to make sense of her research. Ron attempts to cast protective charms, but the spells fizzle out. Harry reads books about dark magic, but the words blur together. Days pass, and their progress stalls. They argue constantly, blaming each other for Hermione's departure. The weight of their task feels crushing without her guidance. As the boys sit by a small campfire, they confront their new reality. How will they find the remaining Horcruxes? For a moment, giving up seems tempting. They could return to the burrow and admit defeat, but then Harry remembers why they started this journey. He thinks of all the people counting on them, all the lives at stake. With renewed determination, Harry turns to Ron. "We can do this," he says firmly. "Hermione taught us more than we know. We just need to think like her." Ron nods, a spark of hope in his eyes. As they begin to form a shaky plan, neither boy realizes the true test of their abilities is just around the corner. They're about to face danger far beyond what they're ready for. Harry and Ron's confidence quickly unravels as they venture deeper into the forest. What seemed like a simple task becomes a frustrating ordeal that leaves them exposed. Their attempts to cast protective spells fail miserably, with Harry's shield charm fizzling out after seconds and Ron's efforts proving equally ineffective. As night falls, their frustration boils over into an argument about their next move. Harry pores over Hermione's notes, but the complex theories might as well be written in another language. Ron tries to remember snippets of conversations about possible Horcrux locations, but his memories are vague and unhelpful. Hermione's absence affects every aspect of their daily survival. Ron accidentally eats a poisonous berry, leaving him sick for days. Harry struggles to heal a cut on his arm, wishing for Hermione's knowledge of healing spells and potions. As the days pass, a sense of dread grows. They know Voldemort's forces are searching for them, and without proper protection, it feels like only a matter of time before they're discovered. Every sound makes them jump, wondering if this is the moment their luck runs out. Their fears are realized when they hear voices nearby. Snatchers, Voldemort's bounty hunters, are closing in. Harry and Ron scramble to gather their belongings and run through the forest, hearts pounding. A spell hits a tree next to Harry, showering him with splinters. In a moment of quick thinking, Ron remembers a concealment charm Hermione once mentioned. He casts it just as they duck behind a large boulder. The Snatchers pass by mere feet away, but fail to spot them. As the danger fades, Harry and Ron exchange looks of relief, tinged with newfound respect for Hermione's skills. Shaken but alive, they realize how close they came to disaster. This brush with capture forces them to adapt quickly. They know they can't continue stumbling blindly through their mission. Bigger challenges lie ahead, and they'll need to become smarter and more resourceful if they hope to succeed without Hermione's guidance. Ron suggests breaking into Hogwarts to steal books from the library. Harry is shocked, but sees the potential. Those books could help them find the remaining Horcruxes. Without Hermione's knowledge, They need that information. Their attempt to sneak in quickly turns dangerous. Using the invisibility cloak, they slip past outer defenses. Inside, Death Eaters patrol the corridors. Harry and Ron stumble through the castle, their lack of planning obvious. In the library, they grab books like Moste Potente Potions and The Dark Arts, a History. A stack of books crashes to the floor, drawing attention. 2 Death Eaters burst in, wands raised. The boys hide, hearts pounding. Ron tries a disillusionment charm, but it goes wrong. Nearby books glow faintly. The Death Eaters spot them, spells start flying. Harry and Ron dash between bookshelves. Ron takes a stinging hex to the arm. Harry's glasses are knocked off. They escape with a few books tumbling out of a secret passage. They apparate away as alarms sound. Safe but shaken, they look at their small pile of books. It's not enough to justify the danger. The consequences sink in. They risk their lives for little gain and alerted Voldemort's forces. The enemy will be more watchful now. Harry and Ron realize their rash plan may have cost them more than they gained. Harry and Ron find themselves racing against time as they search for the remaining Horcruxes. Their progress is slow, and the wizarding world suffers under Voldemort's growing influence. When news reaches them of a final battle at Hogwarts, they know they must return, despite feeling unprepared. Arriving at the castle, Harry and Ron's lack of planning becomes evident as chaos erupts around them. Their allies struggle against the Death Eaters' onslaught, with Neville barely escaping an attack and Luna's efforts to organize students hampered by confusion. Each misstep reminds Harry of Hermione's strategic mind and how she would have anticipated these problems. As the battle rages on, Harry sees moments where Hermione's skills could have made a difference. When Death Eaters breach the castle's entrance, he remembers her mastery of memory charms that could have bought them time. As allies fall to dark curses, her knowledge of counter spells is sorely missed. Harry realizes with growing dread that they haven't destroyed all the Horcruxes. Nagini, Voldemort's snake, still lives. Faced with an impossible choice between confronting the Dark Lord now or retreating, Harry's mind races. He thinks of all the times Hermione's quick thinking and ability to stay calm under pressure had saved them. Just as all seems lost, an unexpected turn of events shakes the battlefield. A familiar voice rings out, casting powerful protective charms around the defenders of Hogwarts. Harry's heart leaps with a mix of hope and disbelief, daring to imagine that their team might be whole once more. As the battle ends, a surprising truth comes to light. Hermione had been working in secret all along, gathering key information and building alliances. Her return at the critical moment saved Harry and Ron from defeat. This revelation shows how close the boys came to failing without her. Hermione's sharp mind, wide knowledge, and planning skills were crucial to their success as a team. The situation makes us think about how each person in a group contributes. While Harry's courage and Ron's loyalty matter, Hermione's smarts are just as important. It raises the question, how can we better value what each team member brings to the table?